Good morning, it's Saturday the 16th of May, it's just coming up to 6:30 and yeah, this is a little bit different again. Both the guys are working today, so Moa is on her own, at least for I would say part of the day anyway. I'm going to sit down because I'm going to explain and apologise for yesterday. Right, yes, it's quite early, as I said. Sometimes hubby works on a Saturday. He tries not to because he does work overtime morning and evening, but it's one of the lucky ones, is still working, so you shouldn't moan about that. I know a lot of people probably suffering financially, so the only problem is now, being in engineering, they have never closed this whole time, they've kept going, but certain companies are reopening. I know he was speaking to a sort of colleague in passing when this person, who's also a driver, delivered materials to my hubby's work, and they actually had a month off on lockdown. So now these companies are getting in contact with the company my hubby works for and demanding the work. Unfortunately, it's like, I suppose planes are having to get into a slot now, because they did do work for another company to work on, to do with supplying components, as I've said a number of times, to other companies for National Health and Hospital that they were dealing with at the time, and why these companies, some of them closed down for 2 to 4 weeks. They're now demanding their work, so they're having to go back into a slot system, so it's a bit chaotic at the moment. But hey ho, I try and look after my guys when they come home from work. I don't demand a lot from them. It might be the odd piece, because as I say, I'm so short and they're tall. Sometimes, I wouldn't say it's laziness, but they laugh at me because I have got 2 sets of like steps. One is wooden, which when IKEA opens up, or might from B&Q or a number of places, I've got the wooden ones, and that's fun because they're under my desk. But I've been using my, which you've seen, they're the black ones. I think they came from B&Q. It's like 2 steps, but it's the collapsible ones, and I was thinking of having a white set at the side of my unit in my cubby rather than having the wooden ones. That's sort of on my wish list, but it's not a necessity, if you know what I mean. Just the fact that I laugh because I keep carrying these steps around. I try not, because I've been warned not to climb when I'm on my own, but yeah, there is certain things that can't wait and you just want to get on with them. But I will say I am careful, and if it's something that I can't reach safely, I will leave it. So do apologise if there's a few cobwebs around. Sometimes, if you've got a few minutes, I'll give one of the extendable dusters. It's mostly the stairs, because even with the extendable one, I cannot reach. And I'm not gonna, except for that bit where my DVD collection is, I do put my little steps there to dust the shelf, but I still can't reach from extendable pole. That's how that's so high. Anyway, yeah, today, let's make an apology for yesterday. I was rough yesterday. Thursday, well, Tuesday was a bit of a slow day for me, because I only uploaded my Being Creative series on day 2. But yesterday I had a rough time, and this stemmed from a few things happened. One thing was, we was in bed. Now we're talking about Thursday night. We haven't got into Friday morning yet, and I don't know, I've been, probably maybe did a little bit too much Thursday. I was aching because I did the downstairs. I cleaned the downstairs, got all the downstairs tidied and cleaned, and I did my project, my creative project. So I was really, really tired and achy. We went late to bed, and anyway, at 20 to 12, so this is Thursday night, so we're going into Friday morning, yesterday morning, let's just make that sure. There was this bang, it must have been about 3 bangs, one after the other, and they were loud. And it made me jump, although it disturbed hubby, who's quite a heavy sleeper, and my son Daniel, he's a heavy sleeper, all woke up. And I said, what was that? I'm convinced it wasn't fireworks, and they said the same. It didn't sound like fireworks. I said, was that next door? We weren't sure. It sounded as though it was coming from the back outside rather than next door. I haven't seen next door to talk to sort of put my mind at rest that it, whether they're down up, I don't know, whether it was them making noise. They can, I'm sorry to say, they can be quite noisy and sort of late at night. We are usually pretty early to bed, early to rise, because the alarm's going off at 5:30 and everything. So yeah, we do sort of have that, and we couldn't ascertain anyway. I sort of started getting the slight shakes, nothing bad. I didn't have a full panic attack, got a bit of anxiety at the time, and hubby said, just hang on a minute, and him and my son did check the inside the house, you know, just to check that it was nothing to do with our home. They didn't actually go outside. They kept looking out all the windows, and they couldn't see any damage or anything like that, or anything falling down. And then they did Friday morning, obviously check right round the perimeter and everything and outside. But you have to understand, it did unnerve me, and we did settle down, but then I was awake at 2:30. Nobody else woke up. I think made myself jump. So I had a drop of water, was very restless, but finally did settle back down. Of course, the alarm goes off at 5:30. Consequently is, I knew as soon as I opened my eyes, as soon as that alarm went off, I thought, I tried to be positive, but I had this feeling, again trying to be positive, it was going to be a bad day. I'd woken up with a throbbing headache. Now, it wasn't a migraine, which was a relief, but it was a bad head, and I must admit I popped a lot of paracetamol during the day, but I didn't really find it helping much. I normally have ibuprofen. I usually find that does take off the pain, but I understand you're not supposed to be taking it. I haven't taken that now for months. So paracetamol I don't really find, you know, very good. I do have forehead, and I put that on. And mostly it was laying down on the sofa, having the tea. Now this is a weird thing. If I've got a migraine, or yeah, I have to go into a dark room. I've even had to have a blanket over our curtains, door closed, and completely quiet. This was, I would say, top end of headaches. But I ended up quite early on, actually, as soon as hubby had gone yesterday, putting the TV on really low. I was going to put the laptop on, but no, I put the TV on really low, because I found out as soon as I put my head down on here, I had the sleeping bag, and I actually brought a pillow down from downstairs. This is because we're waiting for a parcel as well, so I know I couldn't go back to bed. I'll try and go back to that story in a bit about the parcel. But I had to put the TV on because I needed something in the background, because as soon as I put my head down, I couldn't switch off. I had difficulty with the bang and everything, you know, and what I needed to get done, like my being creative project, and I want to get the was supposed to get the upstairs done, you know. And then I thought, no, try and switch off. It doesn't matter. I know I said this. I'll do it tomorrow. There's another day I can do it. Let's just get over this headache. Also, I had a food delivery. That's coming up as well. So I thought, well, I'll put the TV on because it's that background drone said. And I thought, well, I wouldn't put something like, sometimes I put fish tank on or fire or something that's crackling. No, I didn't put anything or any music. I put an actual programme on because I thought, I feel tired. Somehow if I get into that, I'll probably doze off, which I did. But then my son's alarm went off and everything like that. So I did sort of doze off and on all day yesterday. I was waiting for a parcel from Asda for hubby. Now that said, originally it wasn't going to come to next week, but then because it's set up on my husband's email and his phone and everything, he kept me private. Well, I know we're on lockdown, but he said it's been delivered Thursday. So I tried not to spend any time outside. I was a bit apprehensive about hoovering. I don't tend to like hoovering because I'm frightened I'm not going to hear the door. When he texted me to say the parcel wasn't coming until Monday, I started getting the hoovering done because I'd done all the dusting. I get the hoovering done. Then I get a message about half an hour later when I was going to have a bath to say, oh, it's still coming, and it could come up to 9 o'clock. And this went on and on for all evening. And I thought, oh, I'm just going to take it, it's not going to come. Normally, I thought once it goes to the courier, that's when, you know, the tracking number, that's when they say about the delivery. But when you went onto their website, it said they're waiting for the parcel to be delivered from the sender, from the seller. I thought, this is stupid. Normally, the courier system doesn't contact you, really, until they've got it in their possession. Well, it all happened again yesterday, didn't it? Kept saying they're going to deliver it. And it didn't come. So, yeah, I was waiting for my Morrisons, and they're pretty good because they will text you with the slot, with the driver, which they did. It was like 2 minutes past 2 to 2 minutes past 3. And they actually delivered, I think it was about 2 time. Yeah, because my son had a half-day holiday, and hubby ended up finishing at 2, which he's supposed to do on a Friday, but sometimes he works extra hours, but he finished at 2. So yeah, everybody was here when it was delivered, but at that stage I just stayed downstairs anyway. So yeah, I realised when I watched my video, and I thought, I was in 2 months whether to upload it. The state of my hair, all the back was up, you know. I felt rough. I looked rough, I think, on the camera. Me personally saying that, I did. I admit it. I looked really rough. Consequently, yes, I had my head down on the pillow when the door went, and actually it was hubby that answered the door and confirmed my name and everything. And he said, yeah, my wife's just laying down, but she's here. So then they delivered the parcel because it's like that, isn't it? Well, you've seen it if you've watched the previous video. And hubby said, are you going to do a haul of this? And I umped and on, and I thought, do I just put it in the fridge? That's how I felt. Or get the guys to put it in the fridge. And I said, you know what? I'll try it. If it looks that bad. That's why it was like about 4 minutes. I think the other one was about 8 minutes, but you can always see the previous video a couple of weeks ago or something. I think it was in April that I did the first box then. But yeah, I didn't realise how rough I looked, and I thought, look at this sort of thing. Do you know what I mean? I got through the video, but anyway, I keep saying this, hey ho. What you see is what you get. It's just me. You've got to take the good with the bad. I I'm not one of these people. I might put a bit of lippy on, try and brush my hair into some kind of order, but I'm down to earth. What you see is what you get. And if my hair's sticking up like this, which it was in the video, it's just me. Do you know what I mean? I don't make up. And yeah, this poor jumper gets washed, put on the line and dried and put back on again. But that is going to be videos for next week, my glamour week, which I'll be going through my clothing and sorting through some of those items that I'm not wearing so much, you know, and try and wear those. I just wear this jumper. I think it's because it's dark as well and it's just snug. But yeah, I do wear it a lot. But I do tend to, and I do get changed and dressed after the guys have gone to work, or after I've had breakfast or something. But then I'll probably put this back on in the evening or something. It's my leisure jumper. But then during the day I will wash it and put it on the line. I'm sure everybody's got their favourites. So yeah, so that was Astor Parcel, and now it's going to be Tuesday. That was the message this morning, because I said, is it going to happen? Because as I said, if I want to, you know, do anything, I don't tend to go out for a walk as such outside the perimeter of my home. I do walk round the garden and get my fresh air that way. We did say about maybe me and hubby going for a little walk over the weekend. It does struggle a bit because he's in work today and he's got to pop into work, being Sunday. He doesn't normally work Sundays, but he's got to pop in because certain people will be working a night shift, and there might be a problem with someone setting the machines up and the computer programming and things like that. I did say to hubby, as long as he's not going to start getting phoned late at night when we're in bed, you know, if there's problems, but saying that we don't allow mobile phones upstairs, not when we're gone to bed. They are left downstairs, because all our family know that if there's an emergency, landline, but we don't release our landline to work or anything. And I think hubby would be peed, putting it politely, if they start somehow getting hold of our landline and ringing that and disturbing the whole family, due to the fact that hubby and my son do go out early in the morning and have early alarms. But yeah, Friday, yeah, so it unnerved me, and then I had problems with my knee. My leg gave way a couple of times yesterday, so unfortunately my craft project didn't get done. So what I'm going to do is Friday and Saturday's project I'm doing this morning, so it'd be 2 days, but I'd still do them separate. As I said, I couldn't even bear, you know, to do that. It was just one of those days, and I'm sure everybody has a half day. And I think the only thing I did was, I must admit, was do that food bit, and I got that video up. Managed the delay on my Thursday one. I managed to get that up. You know, my flip tag book. Sorry, my mind's a bit slow this morning. I always feel drained the next day when I have a day like that. And so I've got 2 days worth of craft projects, which shouldn't be a problem to do this morning due to the fact that I'm going to be on my own. So I'm going to get those done. I still haven't got my upstairs done, and I'm not sure that that's going to get done today. I'm still feeling a bit off. But yeah, I'm quite a happy bunny this morning, just feeling really drained. bye.